Okay, everybody. Hey, you sent in a lot of questions that we tried to answer over the last 5 weeks in this Ask Me Anything sermon series. Special thanks to Pastor Chris Poirier for leaving his church, River Valley, and coming and helping us answer the questions, and for our executive pastor, Troy Singleton. Thank you guys both for all of your hard work. Now what I want to do is just answer some questions that came in online that we didn't get a chance to answer live, and I'm just going to pose these to you guys, and we'll post these answers on social media. Okay, guys, we're back with the next question. This is a question from a parent with a very specific issue with their child. And the question asks, how do you parent a child with schizophrenia and other medical diagnoses that alter the brain? I don't want to add to this question, but I think it's asking, how do I do this in such a way that I don't lose my mind because of all of the challenges, but I also am a godly parent, mother or father, and raise a child to be a follower of Jesus with these kind of medical issues? Either one of you.
That's a tough one because I don't have any experience with friend, family member, anyone that has it to give them an example or to address that one.
I think, like a lot of things that we've talked about, it's the reality of grace, not just to the individual, but I'm now going to say something that hasn't come up in these conversations of you need to give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy. And I think it is worth saying out loud that mental health is something that we do absolutely terribly here in the West, and especially here in America. And to be really frank, here in South Georgia, finding resources and everything is really complicated, which means mom and dad going to need a break eventually. And that's really important to remember and give yourself that grace that things are going to be hard. It's going to be frustrating, but I think it's one of those things that this is a great place to lean on God, because we know that God definitely addresses all of his creation, and that we even know even more so that the children are so important to Jesus, that it's just stewarding as honestly and best as we can. And I think another thing that's worth saying is this is a great place for the church community to be. And hey, life group, if you thought you just get to avoid life when it gets messy, sorry, this is a great example of where the community hopefully can help be part of that process.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, same thing, like you rely on the church, rely on Jesus, on the Holy Spirit, and on Jesus's people. Definitely rely on each other as parents. Don't try to go this alone, basically, is what I'm saying. But also keep in mind, there's no perfect parent. So if you feel like, man, I'm messing this up, well, welcome to the club. Every parent that I've ever met has felt the same way repeatedly. And in the end of the day, trust that the Holy Spirit will take your efforts, as imperfect as they are, and use them to leave an eternal impression on your son or on your daughter. But like these guys, I haven't been in that situation, so I can't give you really specific advice. Just our hearts go out to you.